So you can love your sister, you can love your friend, you can love your mom, but I think it's safe to say that most people won't fall in love with their mother. That's probably why people separate romantic love from every other kind of love. So what does being in love mean, and what's the difference between that and just loving someone? New videos every Thursday all the way from New York City at 10 p.m. to the UK at 3 a.m. Please stand by. So if you haven't seen day 1 of my marathon where I explain love and how there are different variations of love, please go check that out right now, right here. This is day 2 of the Love and Relationships Marathon, inspired by and dedicated to Shanel Fontenelle, my girlfriend. So we already know by the Almonte philosophy that there are various different types of love, and you can love someone as a girlfriend. So what does that mean to be in love with your girlfriend? Is there a difference? Not really. When you're in love with someone, it never really changes or evolves like I said earlier in the last video. That's because it's all kinds of love at the same time. It is a combination. And I'm sitting here smiling because that shit is really funny, how you can be so pissed off at someone, yet love them, yet be jealous of them, yet be envious of them, yet you want to kiss them, yet you want to strangle them. And when you argue, it's like, yo, if you don't shut the fuck up right now, I'm gonna pop a fucking cap in your ass. But before I do it, you know damn well I'm about to fuck the shit out of you. Now, but all jokes aside, when people first fall in love, people like to say that there's this honeymoon phase, which is best described as when conflict just isn't there yet. It's just like, oh, where have you been all my life? I just never want to leave your side. All that good shit. People say that the love sort of fades or dies out as time progresses when you leave the honeymoon phase. I'm here to tell you, that's bullshit. Love doesn't die out, nor does it evolve, nor does it change into another form of love, because when you're in love, it's all of the love at the same time. That honeymoon phase is only because it's being expressed differently. There are times where you get protective, like a father or a mother to someone that you're in love with. There are times where you will get jealous of a person. There are times where you will have a hatred sort of love for someone that you're in love with. There are times where you have that sister and brotherly sort of bond where you annoy the hell out of each other, but you know it's unconditional. You're not going anywhere. Blood is thicker than water. You're literally family. Whenever you hurt that person, you don't just feel sorry for them, you hurt yourself. You feel that pain that you inflicted on them. So it's not much pity, it's something even deeper than empathy. It's like you see them cry and you just can't help but feel your spirit just withering away. You start sharing emotions. Why? Because yes, you can love your brother, you can love your sister, you can love your friend, but when you're in love with someone, you can love them the same way that you love yourself. That's why it's always said you have to love yourself before you can fall in love with anyone else. When two people become one isn't when they're walking down the aisle getting married, it's when two people fall in love. I never believed that you can fall in love with only one person. I thought that you could fall in love with several people. But now I see that that's kind of not true. You can have different kinds of love for different people, and yeah, there will be different girlfriends and boyfriends that you will love, but you only really fall in love with one. If you told someone you were in love with them and you feel like you got over them and you don't really talk to them anymore, and yeah, you might think about them sometimes, but it just doesn't seem to make you have that aching sensation to have them around you, you probably just weren't in love in the first place. You probably just felt different forms of love for them, but you didn't feel all of it at the same time. Yes, you can get annoyed of someone, but if you feel yourself getting tired and you feel like you don't want to see a person for more than once every 2 weeks, probably not in love with them. Yes, you probably love them. Yes, it might be pretty intense in some moments, but you don't feel every single variation of love in one. When you're in love with someone, this person is not only your religion, but this person is you. In conclusion, the main difference between loving someone and being in love is that someone you're in love with becomes your girlfriend figure, your mother figure, your sister figure, your best friend figure, and shit, you can cuddle the fuck out of her like if she was your pet figure. Shit, you can take her to the bedroom and act like she's your action figure if you want to. Fuck it. That person is literally your anything and everything. People don't know the meaning behind telling someone you're my everything. Once you're in love with someone, you don't even have to say I love you anymore. Just say I live you. Everything I do revolves around you. Looking at a stoplight reminds me of your red nails. Feeling the air particles around me reminds me of how dependent I am on you just to live. Opening my eyes in the morning just reminds me of what I live for. If someone hasn't left you completely flabbergasted and confused as fuck as to what you should be feeling, a mixture of anger, sadness, happiness, jealousy, and emotions that you can't even label, probably not in love with them. If one moment you feel like putting your hands on her hips, and the next moment you feel like putting your hands around her neck, you're probably in love. If you feel the need to have a side chick or more than one girlfriend, you're probably not in love with the person. And that brings me to day 3 of this marathon. The side chick does not like you as much as you think she does. I'm gonna be busy with my girlfriend tomorrow actually getting a tattoo, so sorry I actually can't do a day 3. My brother Jeffro is actually gonna do that for you guys. I know y'all dead not complaining about that, so I'm not even gonna say sorry.